First, I want to say that no one should invade anyone's privacy without consent. Before any man goes through a bargirl's phone, or anyone's phone for that matter, they should define a list of rules. Firstly, there should be a time box for the check. It shouldn't last longer than 30 minutes. For efficiency, screenshot results so you're not scrolling too long. Secondly, no confrontations during review. Observe first and only question later after you've calmly analyzed all the data. Thirdly, agree with yourself that you're not looking for perfection. You'll likely find things you do not like. What you need to decide is whether the results align with what you expect from the relationship. And last, do not check her phone regularly. This turns pattern recognition into paranoia. That will destroy the relationship faster than anything she might or might not do. All right, with that out of the way, let's make another thing clear. Checking a bargirl's phone is not insecurity. Any man is right to be cautious in any relationship with a bargirl. This isn't about trust. It's simply reality. But there is a thin line here. Checking her phone should be about pattern recognition. A man needs to be prepared to walk if there's undeniable evidence. And he will also need to decide beforehand which and how many red flags justify walking away. Because the true danger is not finding heartbreaking evidence. The true danger is evidence that sits in the gray zone. This video isn't about spying or controlling anyone. This video is for anyone who is experiencing doubt and wants a methodical way to alleviate their doubt. While checking her phone isn't foolproof, it does reveal patterns. This process is designed so that even someone who is very careful won't be able to hide all the evidence. But here's a reality check. The man, upon finding nothing, also needs to be able to set aside his suspicion. That's the difference between paranoia and perception. Here's another disclaimer before we begin. You might find nothing. It's possible that she has a second phone. It's possible that she's experienced enough to cover the vast majority of the evidence. In these cases, checking her phone won't do much. But you cannot base your decisions on theories, only with hard evidence. Also, a man needs to decide what she is looking for. Is it straight-up betrayal, or would flirty conversations with other men be sufficient for a breakup? One thing I would warn is that single events should be ignored. One late-night reply probably doesn't mean anything. What you are looking for are repeated behaviors. That's true data. Here's the mistake a lot of men make in this situation. They think phones matter because of the content. Who, what, where. That's the wrong focus. It's important, but what is more important is how the phone is being used. That tells you everything about her intentions and lifestyle orientation. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first place to start are the battery usage logs. This functions as your skeleton key. That's because battery logs don't show what was said. They show where attention actually went. You find battery logs by going to Settings, Battery, then Usage. Look for which apps consume the most power. Look for which specific apps received usage over the last 24 hours and 7 days. This will show you which message apps dominate battery use. This will show you when she's using certain apps. Pay special attention to which apps are being used when she's not with you. Pay special attention to claimed habits and actual use. This is neutral data, not interpretation yet. The battery logs reveal behavior without narrative. Yet. Next, you want to use the information you got from the battery logs to check the messaging apps. Popular apps to check are WhatsApp, Line, Telegram, Instagram DMs, Facebook Messenger, WeChat, or any dating apps. Active use of Telegram, WhatsApp, Thai Friendly, or Tinder are immediate red flags because these apps are primarily used for customer communication in Thai nightlife. Screenshot any messages between men, but also between her friends. Often conversations with friends will reveal more than drunken, flirty messages with a guy she never meets. You'll also want to check hidden messages. Most apps have a hidden function. Research how to find each. This is a bit of a rabbit hole as some apps create truly ingenious ways to hide messages. For example, WhatsApp has secret codes that hide messages. Instagram has keywords that will open up hidden message threads. Bottom line, if the bargirl is very savvy with social media and technology, there is a strong chance you will find nothing. Fortunately, Most bargirls simply do not have the time to dedicate to this level of subterfuge. After that, you should look at the photo gallery. Start with all photos, and only look at photos during the time you were together. I've made this mistake before going too far back, seeing things that I would have rather not have seen. Keep it strictly relevant to your time with her only. Zoom in on certain nights that you suspected something had happened. What you should look for are hotel rooms, photos taken in unfamiliar mirrors or lighting setups. Then check recently deleted photos, hidden or secure photos, and cloud backups. These will typically require Face ID or a password. If she's unwilling to give that to you, just log it as data. Do not push this too much. The photo gallery itself will probably present evidence enough, as she is likely not hiding everything, only the most egregious photos. Next is the secret weapon that is one of the clearest indicators of behavioral honesty. Check whatever ride-hailing app she uses. Here, what to look for: late-night rides, repeated destinations that are not her home, hotels or condos that don't match her stories, short rides during long silences. Movement tells the truth when words or images don't. The next checks are if you want to be extremely thorough. Here's a warning though. The moment the check starts to feel like a hunt, you should stop. It's not healthy for either party. So if you're still with me, the next step would be to check her App Store history and browser history. This is subtle but revealing. Often a bargirl will delete apps that they know the man won't like, then reinstall them when the man is gone. Think apps like Tie Friendly and Tinder. Think hidden or vault apps for hiding data. Also, check her browser history, as many dating apps can also operate in the browser. If she's using secondary social media accounts, likely they will be used in the browser. These, by themselves, don't mean wrongdoing. It means intent to manage visibility. Again, this is only if you have time and want to be extremely thorough. The next place you should check is financial apps and transfers. This should only be checked if she voluntarily allows this. Anything else would be illegal. Look for multiple incoming sources. Regular small transfers. This isn't about judging income. It's about coherence with stated boundaries. Lastly, check her calendar, notes, and alarms. These are often quiet truth tellers. Check for recurring reminders. Look for notes that don't align with your shared plans. Alarms around work shifts or meetups. These often go overlooked by a bargirl, as they are functional spaces. They help organize her schedule, and function always reveals reality. After the check, take the time to digest the information. Do not immediately blow up, but also do not immediately absolve. When I did this check several months ago, it took 2 weeks for me to find a taxi log to Siam Hotel at 2 a.m. Take a day or two to review the information before you make any decisions. Often after the check is the most important step. You need to analyze each screenshot individually, then holistically. Do things add up? Does her stories feel reinforced or strained? Do explanations seem calm or rehearsed? Are there too many technically true answers? Your nervous system notices continuity faster than your logic will. Here, what not to do after the review. Do not interrogate. This will only push her deeper into narrative rewriting. Do not demand explanations for every item. This will often sharpen her ability to lie in the future. Do not threaten or moralize. This will harden her position and actually increase the chances of bad behavior later. Do not recheck secretly later. You've done your check. If you did it right, the results should be undeniable. Bottom line, if clarity doesn't arrive with the check, no amount of digging will create it. In fact, it'll likely do the opposite. Looking through a bargirl's phone doesn't build trust. It's actually a strain on any trust building in a relationship. But it does test whether trust is possible. But if you're even debating on doing this, you need to ask yourself one simple question. Would you need constant access to her phone to feel calm? If yes, the relationship is already unstable. If everything you see checks out but things still feel off, that also matters. The phone tells a story, but it is up to you to decide what it means. Then you make a decision: stay or leave. You aren't crazy. You're just protecting your heart and wallet. Just don't let paranoia push you over the line.
I don't see anything. So bad.
Dạ.
10 minutes.
Đó.
Yeah, 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Longer than I thought.
Đó, sao chị luôn nha.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take a break.